Hi, Leo. This is your reading for the time period of August 1st to August 17th, 2019. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome and thank you for subscribing to Amani's Lightwork. Okay, so it is Saturday. Today is August 10th. And as I promised, I actually only have two of you left, just you and Gemini I have left to do before we hit the middle of the month, which will be after the 17th. Okay, so I did promise that I would cover these on the weekend. It is Saturday, and the sun is shining, and I have my natural sunlight. Okay, usually during the week I'm very busy. I usually don't get home really until really late, so that's why I don't really do the readings during the week. Unless I have enough energy to, then I would. But my room is usually kind of badly lit. Usually it's really dark, can't really see. Okay, so let's see what energies come through for you for this time period, Leo. There's a they heard, so it could be somebody heard something like a conversation that you were having, or with a coworker. So someone may have overheard a conversation that you were having with a coworker, but they were disgusted. So a conversation that you were having with a coworker, someone external, someone like a passersby, someone standing in the hallway, someone whatever, they heard increments of that conversation, but am I in trouble? So you're thinking that you're going to be in trouble because of something that you said or something that someone overheard you say in the workplace, whatever the setting is. But let's see what's going on here. Okay, Leo. So the King of Pentacles energy is underneath, but I was talking to them. So you were talking to a Capricorn male, you were talking to a Taurus male, you were talking to a Virgo male, but they don't want to hear. So you're talking to these elements. When they hit Virgo male, either it's a Virgo male that doesn't want to hear something like a constructive criticism. So a Virgo male may not want to hear constructive criticism that you're trying to give them, or you could be on the outside looking in to a boss or supervisor is giving them constructive criticism by it laughing. So you could be on the outside looking into that happening. If it's a Virgo male, you're on the outside looking into that happening to them, but shouldn't laugh also. So maybe you shouldn't laugh at that. Okay, maybe you shouldn't laugh at that kind of constructive criticism. If it's on a Virgo, then something's going on with a Taurus, but they're my friend. So if you have a Taurus male, Capricorn male, they're your friend, but I'm envious of. So when I say Capricorn male, you're envious of that male. You're envious of a Capricorn male for some reason, but you have a Taurus male but they're likable. So a Taurus male is likable. You're not envious of them, but they're likable for some reason. They're likable to you. You like them, or you're attracted to them, but they're attracted to me. So the Taurus male may be attracted to you, like however you want to look at attraction. So if you're a dude, these are guys that have interesting feelings about you. So these are guys that have interesting feelings about you. Do you have interesting feelings with these elements? But only the Taurus. So instead of having interesting feelings about these elements, only the Taurus. However you want to look at interesting feeling, like it could be like if you're also a guy. I know it sounds interesting to say it could be bisexual, but I think I am. So when I hit bisexual, I think I am, or you may think that one of these Taurus, you may think that one of these earth sign males are bi, but they're not. So when I said bi, they're not. So if you're a dude and you're questioning your sexuality, if you're a dude and you're questioning your sexuality, I keep getting Taurus. So either you think a Taurus is bi. Either you think a Taurus dude is bi. That could be what somebody heard walking by. It could be that kind of conversation. You may think a Taurus dude is bi, but they're bi, but they are or they are not. But Capricorn is. So a Capricorn male may be bi, or they're gay or whatever. But I think so. When I hit gay, I think they're gay. So, but they may not be fully gay. They may not be fully gay, but they may be bi, but also like women. So if it's Capricorn male, they also like women. But that could be what these conversations are about with these elements. If it's not that, then it's just work ethic with them. It's just it's just their work ethic, or it's just a Virgo male's work ethic, or Capricorn males, or someone's going on with the Taurus. But I keep it to myself, say Taurus, I like them. Like the spirit emphasizing I like them is like, if you're a dude, something's going on with catching feelings. If you're a dude, something's going on with catching feelings. So either this person is catching feelings, either this person is, these are dudes. Either the Taurus dude is catching feelings for you, or something's going on with you catching feelings for them. Catching feelings doesn't have to be like love, the deep love feelings. It could be, or something's going on with bisexuality and things with these elements. But I didn't know that they were. So when I said bisexuality and things with these elements, I didn't know that they were. I didn't think that I would end up having these kind of conversations with them, whatever the situation is with them. Or something's going on with a Virgo male, and someone's going on all these elements and bisexuality, or gay, or they're bi, or they're not really straight, or they're trying to act like they are, or whatever's going on there, or they are straight and something just going on with their work ethic, and you're laughing at that, and you're like, the spirit is like, maybe you shouldn't laugh at that. Are they laughing at some type of confrontation that you're experiencing by a supervisor? So they may be laughing and giggling about some type of confrontation that you're facing by a supervisor, and maybe they shouldn't laugh at that. So it just depends on what's going on. Okay, they could be business partners that have interesting feelings. Don't have to be anything tied into sexuality and things of that nature necessarily. It could be what do you call that? The interesting feeling could be it's not only the work ethic and liking them interestingly, or vice versa. It was not anything like that. So the interesting feeling could be just the way they live, or the way they move through life. However you want to look at interesting feeling. Okay. Your starting point has the Six of Cups energy here by a family member. So the Six of Cups energy is a family member. And one of these elements could be a family member. You know what I mean? Or all of them. You got one of these, or all of them. Or if it's not co-workers, then they're one of those elements returning from the past. One of those elements is returning from the past, but it with a proposition. So one of these elements, they could be a co-worker with an interesting. That's why I said interest. That's why I said an interesting feeling. They could be returning from your past with an interesting business proposition, but I'm listening. So they have an interesting one of these elements, particularly the Taurus. So particularly the Taurus has a very interesting business proposition for you, but you're saying that you're listening. So the Six of Cups energy is I'm listening, but what do we need to do? So the I'm listening is coming from what do we need to do? What do we need to do? How are we going to go about doing this, that, and the third? But I get some amount of Aries female also. So someone joining in on something, or something's going on with them, or they're joining in, and they want to be a part of secrecy. They want to be a part of some kind of interesting secrecy that you have, some type of secret conversation that you're having with a Taurus. The Aries female or male, whatever, the Aries element wants to be a part of that conversation, but it's pertaining to them. So the business proposition is pertaining to them. So either they need to be a part of the they do or they do not need to be a part of the conversation, or the business proposition is taking something from them. So the business proposition is about taking something from them. So the secretive conversation from the channeling from the beginning, and someone walking by and hearing your conversation you're having with a Taurus about an Aries element, or taking something from an Aries element, I don't want to get caught. So when they're taking something from an Aries element, you don't want to get caught doing that with a Taurus, but they have a good idea and how to construct this, how to really get it orchestrated. Like they have a good idea and how to get that to work, but how to get her to leave. So they have an idea on how to get an Aries element to leave a workplace, or how to get them to move out of a house, how to get them want to look for their own something. So want to look for their own house. This could be a situation here where you and these elements, or one of these elements, you may share a house together. You may share. I had a will. You share a will together, but someone doesn't want an Aries female in that, but they take a lot of the money. So if it's a will, or a family will, or family money, or a business deal, but a business deal is within the family, or it's a separate business deal where money is being dispersed in the business deal, but the Aries element is a part of that situation. But nobody wants the Aries element involved with it anymore, because they take, or they bite off more than they could chew at scheme. So that could be why you're conversing with a Taurus about scheming the Aries element. So it just depends on what's going on. But why does she take so much money? So why does the Aries female take so much money? Why do they take so much money? That could be what you're talking to a Taurus about, but they have been stolen from. So the Taurus has been stolen from. Somebody may have taken something from the Taurus, or you're complaining with them about that. The Six of Cups energy, finding perpetrator. So the Six of Cups energy is you conversing with the Taurus on how to find a perpetrator that stole from them. The Aries has information. So the Aries that is a part of this business deal, or they're one of your coworkers, and the Taurus you're trying to get out the way, or as a business partnership, or business partners, that three-way business partners, or however many way, four-way, five-way business partnership that Aries that you have with the Aries element. But they have information on what was stolen from the Taurus. They have information on what was stolen from the Taurus, or a Taurus is responsible for orchestrating something being stolen from them, or the Aries is a part. The Aries element is a part of what is being stolen from the Taurus. But Taurus doesn't know that that's happening. So the Taurus element, the Taurus male may not know that is. Should I protect them? So the Taurus male may not know that that's happening. So the spirit is like, maybe you should protect the Taurus male. The Aries doesn't want you to do that. So the Aries doesn't want you to protect the Taurus. The Taurus got stolen from. The Aries element doesn't want you to protect the Taurus, but they don't really like the Taurus. So the Aries doesn't really like the Taurus, but the Taurus was stolen from. So you're trying to figure out a way to help the Taurus. The Aries doesn't want you to do that. But you're trying to work out something with the Taurus to how to get the Aries element out of the way. They're unreliable. So the Aries element is unreliable. The Six of Cups energy, they're unreliable. If it's not anything like that, there's something's going on with water sign energy returning from the past with a business proposition. So a water sign energy from the past is also returning with a business proposition, but how to get Aries out the way. So the proposition with the water sign is how to get Aries element out of the way, because they're unreliable, or they take more money than they're really supposed to, whatever, or they use company funds badly, or they have access to will money or family money. They splurge or they spend it badly, and they keep losing money. So when I say splurge and spending money badly, they also keep losing it. So losing it feels like they gamble it or something. They like to go to casinos, or they do bets and deals and things of that nature. That's eating up all the money. That could be what's eating up all the money, if you consider the Aries element. Not the fire sign. Yes, Aries is fire sign, but is the Taurus doing something like that? Is the Capricorn or the Virgo, are those males, are those earth sign males doing something like that? Conversing with water sign about that. So you're talking to the water sign energy that's returning with the proposition. This feels like a chain reaction, or a food chain of proposition. So this is like you're trying to do a business proposition with the Taurus or whatever earth sign male. You're trying to do business propositions with them to get an Aries out the way, but at the same time, a water sign male is trying to. At the same time, food chain analogy. At the same time, a water sign energy is coming in for the past with the proposition and how to get the earth sign males out the way. But why do they want them out the way? So if it's the water sign energy coming back from the past, you may not understand why they want the earth sign males, or one of the earth sign males out, particularly Taurus. They want a Taurus male out the way, but you may not understand that. But then again, the Taurus energy has a proposition how to get the Aries element out the way. The water sign male agrees with that, but at the same time, they also want to throw the Taurus element on the bus as well. But what is going on? So the Six of Cups energy, like that whole example I just ran through, what is going on? Or you don't know where you lie, business partners. You may not know where you lie with these business partners, because some of them want a particular person out the way, and then whoever they want out the way, that person wants you to help them get someone else out the way. So someone is confusing. So something may be confusing about these business partners, or you don't even understand how the intertwining that is going on with different business partners trying to throw other business partners under the bus. I'm trying to safeguard. So the Six of Cups is also, I'm trying to safeguard a business deal that you have with these energies, but they don't get along with each other. But they don't get along with each other in a workplace, in a business deal, in whatever the setting is. They just don't get along with each other. But the reason for that is because some of them have been stolen from, and others don't care, or some of them use up all the money, and that is what's aggravating the situation even more. And they're gambling the money away with foolishness. They're gambling the money away, and that's foolishness. And you don't know where you lie with them. So it just depends on what's going on. You're waiting on the Two of Wands energy here, the Two of Wands energy, Aries. The Two of Wands energy is Aries, but where is she? So you want to know where the Aries, it's a female. So you want to know where the Aries female is using the damn money. The Aries, you're looking for the Aries, but they're using the money. The Six of Cups energy keeps happening with them. So the Six of Cups energy is that keeps happening with them. But should I pull back? So that keeps happening with them. This could be a situation here where you may need money from the Aries element, or there's a cut of something. They're supposed to give you a cut of some type of money, whatever it is, a company, business funds, whatever. The will money, there's family money. They're supposed to give you a cut of that, but they use it for themselves. When I ran through that example, they use that money on themselves, or if they have children, they use that on their children. But it's not even her damn money. So using on her children, if they have children, it's not even her money. But at this, you're saying that, but at the same time, it doesn't belong to me either. So at the same time, you're like, that money doesn't even belong to me either. The Two of Wands energy trying to get them out the way. The Two of Wands is trying to get them out the way because they keep, what the Six of Cups is that it keeps happening with them, or they keep promising you a cut, or you're trying to get a cut, but where is the cut? So they're trying to get the cut of the money. Is where is that cut of that money? But she's using it. So where is that cut of that money is that she's using it. But should I call the police? So if this isn't family, it could be like a workplace or a business deal, stealing business partner. So it's a workplace or a business deal where you have a business partner that they steal money, and for some reason you feel like you should call the police on them. A Gemini should. So a Gemini energy should call the police on them, but they take from the Gemini. So they also take something from the Gemini energy, but why don't they know that? So you're trying to understand why the Gemini energy doesn't know that Aries female is taking from them. But I need to say, this could be a situation here where you may have seen something, or something was by a Cancer. Something was relayed to you by a Cancer that an Aries element stole something from a Gemini energy, but that's their partner. So a Gemini energy is an Aries element business partner. They could be a lover to them in whatever situation, but they take from each other. When I hit lover to them or whatever, they take from each other. But for some reason, the Gemini energy, they're intuitive, but they're also oblivious to what an Aries element is doing. The Aries element could be their damn sibling, their partner, their business partner, whatever. They're oblivious to that stealing by it for years. So the Gemini is oblivious to that stealing, but it's been happening to them for years. They're oblivious to that. Conversing with Taurus about that. So that could be what you're conversing with a Taurus about. They don't care though. So the Taurus may not care that it's happening to a Gemini. But the Taurus cares Aries is stealing. The Taurus cares that an Aries element is stealing. And something is confusing when I said that. So something may be confusing to you as well. Something may also be confusing about something is confusing Aries needs. So something is confusing about an Aries element's needs, or why they need a certain amount of money. This could be a situation here where you discuss with an Aries element how to break up funds, but they overuse, but they abuse them or they overuse them. You already ran through a list of things that they're supposed to do with money, but they spend it foolishly or they abuse the funds, whatever it is that they do with the money. But it has a secretive, like they have a secretive, what do you call that? They have a secretive, like venture and thing. What do you call those things? They have secretive, like obsessive thing that they do with money on the side. But some of it is maybe neurological, the way they spend money. Someone made something maybe neurological into the way they spend money. But a Pisces is ill when I said that. So when I hit if the Two of Wands isn't an Aries element, that's mentally ill. If the Two of Wands isn't an Aries element, then something may be going on with a Pisces neurologically because they're tied to an Aries. So something's going on with a Pisces neurologically because they're tied to an Aries. That could be what you're talking to a Taurus about, but they don't care. So the Taurus doesn't care. The Taurus may not care about the fact that you're talking about the reason into why a Pisces mental health is deteriorating is because of the Aries element, because they share money. The reason for the psychological detriment with the Taurus is because they share money with the Aries element. They share money with the Aries element, and that's what I keep getting confusing. But something's confused. Okay, the spirit emphasizing confusing. You know how family spends money. You may not understand how family spends money. You don't understand how family members spend money. If it's family members, you don't understand what business partners are doing with money, like gambling. So your business partners may be gambling away money, and that's what's confusing to you. But the reason for why it's confusing is because you were told by an Aries or Taurus, whoever, you were told by one of those elements where that money was sent to a specific destination, but it's not reaching it. So money is being sent to a specific destination, but that is supposed to go to, but it's not reaching that destination. But I get the Aries. So the Aries is responsible for why that money isn't reaching a specific destination that the money is supposed to go to, and that's why you're like, should I call the police? Should I call the police? The Six of Cups with the Two of Wands energy. You're arguing with Pisces also, so you feel like you should argue with a Pisces, but they're not listening. So some of this, the Pisces has airs like flint. They're not listening to something that addictive stuff. So the Pisces may have something going on with addiction, but they're on drugs also. So one Pisces or however many Pisces elements, something's going on with them with drugs and alcohol, and they smoke and drink and things of that nature. But that's what's making something like that. That could be what's making a business deal toxic, or something's going on with family money. And the Pisces may allow the Aries to spend foolishly. The Pisces may also allow the Aries element to spend money foolishly, but they may not even. The confusion is coming from the confusion is coming from the way the Aries is using the money, but you don't know that the Pisces gave the Aries element that kind of leeway to use that money. But something's going on. I keep getting drinking, and it's bringing me to drinking and smoking. So either the Aries and the Pisces have those kind of issues. That's what a Taurus may have told you that, but they also have that problem. So a Taurus told you that, but they also have that problem. All of these elements have drinking and smoking problems. So however many of these elements or whoever I'm reading for, somebody has multiple business partners, coworkers, family members, some drinking and smoking. Like they have a heavy obsessive issue with drinking and smoking. That how family money is being used. How is bringing me to business partners. It's how you're finding out how business partners are using how business partners are using money. That's why I said, should I pull back? Should I pull out? Should I leave this business deal? Should I leave this business deal? Because my business partners don't know how to use money. They're gambling money. They're smoking and drinking the money away. Every time I say that, I get Pisces. The Pisces is doing that. Or they're oblivious to how an Aries spends money. Or the Aries also has that habit. The Aries also has a habit of doing that, or they have some type of weird habit that money goes to. And the money that you discuss on where it's supposed to go is not reaching its destination. Should I call an Aquarian? So the spirit is like, you should call an Aquarian energy. Six Cups, Two of Wands is needing to wait on a call from an Aquarian, or needing to call the Aquarian energy there. But they know a police officer. So the Aquarian energy knows a police officer, or they're friends with a police officer, or they are a police officer, or they have that kind of information, or I guess some are a private detective also by Aries. So either Aries element is a private detective, or by it followed by. So Aries element is followed by a private detective. Like a private detective or a private investigator is following an Aries element, she's oblivious. So the Aries element is oblivious to that happening to her. The reason why you know that the reason why you know that is because of a Taurus, or the reason into why the Aries is being followed, because the reason why they're being followed is because the money that was supposed to go, something's going with fund, like it's supposed to fund something, but they're using the money on their own, on their self. They're using the money on themselves, but it's supposed to fund something for a business, by computers. So money that like company money, business money, whatever it is, money that is supposed to go to like pay for computers or to fix a computer, to buy computers, some type of technology. The money is supposed to be funded for that specifically, but the Aries is using it foolishly. But the Aries is using it foolishly, and hiring the either a legitimate private investigator to follow and watch and stalk the Aries up to see where they're going with the money. You want to see where the Aries is going with the money, or where are they going to? I had a casino where they're going to spend the money, and the private investigator may have followed them all the way to a damn casino. They may have followed them to a casino, or to their friend's place to gamble, or they're wasting. When I say friend's place to gamble, I get wasting. Either they're wasting away, or that's how they waste the money. And you're like, this money is supposed to go to company to get us new computers, fix computers, and you're hiring a private investigator to watch them and follow where they go and where they're taking money and things of that nature, and they're using it on themselves, or they're using it and they're going to their friends' places to gamble the money away to make more money. They're trying to make more money in that way. And that's where the confusing energy is coming from. You're what the hell are they doing? Or if it's not you that's intimately dealing with them in that way, then it's a Gemini energy. Then it's a Gemini energy that is relaying that information to you, that's what the Aries element is doing with the money. But why does he work with her? So why does a Gemini male work with an Aries element? Why does a Gemini male work with an Aries female? That could be why what is confusing to you. They may utilize the Aries element may utilize something mystically to keep the Gemini energy in the business with them. So the Aries element uses something mystically to keep a Gemini energy in a business with them, and that could be why they don't leave, like a binding spell or something. That could be why they don't leave or why they can't leave. But I also get neurological health. So something may be going on with the Aries element's neurological health. That could also be why the Gemini energy doesn't leave them, or that's why whoever is that could be why the Pisces doesn't leave them, but also spends money foolishly. So the Pisces also spends money foolishly. That could also be why they're not leaving the house. That could also be why they don't leave the house. That element doesn't leave the house, and then there's an Aries element that always leaves the house. But every time they're gone, someone's gone with the money. Every time they leave the office, every time they leave the company, every time they leave the office, they're going straight to somebody's place to gamble part of the money away, or company money, business funds away. But I didn't know that was happening. So you didn't know that part of that was happening there, and that's what you're talking to a Taurus about. Your present has the King of Swords energy. I did say something about calling an Aquarian or whatever air sign. I did say Gemini dude. I did say Gemini dude. I did say Aquarian energy could also be a dude. You know what I mean? But someone's about finishing. So when I hit Aquarian dude, someone's finishing with them, or they're finishing their job on the Aries. They're finishing, or they're tightening up the bolts and screws on some type of job that they have with Aries element. It was an Aquarian or a Gemini, or the relationship that they have with an Aries is deteriorating. The relationship that this King of Swords and one of these Harmony King of Swords energies, the relationship that they have to an Aries element, I also get in a Sag. The relationship that they have to an Aries and a Sag element is deteriorating. For some reason that relationship is deteriorating because of money. It's deteriorating because of money. Oh, I see what's going on. The reason for the heavy money issue is because this is a situation here where someone's trying to find trying to find the easy way for profit, or somebody's trying to find the easy way for gain in terms of money, or trying to put money back. Aries, the Aries is trying to put money back, so they're trying to find an easy way to do it by gambling. They're trying to find the easy way to do it but you don't know that they're doing that. So calling Aquarian, so you don't know that they're doing that. So that's the reason into why you need to call an Aquarian. But they hired a private investigator. So if the Aquarian energy is not a private investigator, they are not. They could be the ones that are hiring a private investigation. Yes, or they are the ones that are you're asking them to find or hire a private investigator for you to watch in Aries. You're trying to get that kind of hook up with them so that they can help you find a private investigator to go watch and stalk an Aries element, but she doesn't know what she's doing. So the Aries does not know what she's doing. They don't know what she's doing. If it's not anything with money and things of that nature, then the King of Swords and it just hooked up a private investigator. The King of Swords energy, they just hooked up a private investigator, or they are a private investigator for a workplace. They are a private investigator for a workplace, a business deal. That they themselves are the private investigator for that. They themselves gave them that. That they themselves gave themselves that responsibility. They gave themselves that responsibility. But how else is something going to be managed? So if they don't do that, how else is something going to be managed? How else is company funds going to be managed? How else is Aries splurging? How else is an Aries splurging going to be monitored? That's why they were hooked up, or they hooked up someone to monitor that. That's why they're there. The future has the Seven of Cups. I'll get back to the future in a second there, Leo. Your instincts has the Page of Swords energy there, right? Research. So the Page of Swords energy is research, right? With Aquarian. So you're trying on an Aquarian, or that could be a possibility, or you are that could be a possibility. Yes, I'll get there in a second. You're doing research on them, or you're doing research with them. You're doing research with them. That could all buy it for a Pisces. So you're doing research with an Aquarian energy for a Pisces. You're doing research, that kind of research with them for Pisces, because it could have something to do with the Aries splurging, but not really. So it may not really have to do, part of it, yes, or the research aspect of it, something separate. The research aspect that you're doing with the Aquarian is something separate, but they're just doing something on their own. You ask them, they're doing something on their own, or you ask them to do that on your own, to watch and stalk an Aries element, or you did that on your own, but something is separate about a Piscean energy's needs that you have pertaining to the research that you need to do with an Aquarian energy. With an Aquarian energy, that's what a Pisces energy hooked you up for. It's for something totally different, separate from Aries. It's for something separate from an Aries element. The reason for why it's separate is because they don't want, or you and them don't want the Aries element to be involved. You don't want the Aries element to be involved, so that could be why the Pisces is a private investigator. That could be why a Pisces is literally. That's why a Pisces is hooking up a private investigator, or that's why they're asking you to do research with an Aquarian energy, but they're the boss. So the Pisces element may be the boss, or you're saying that they're the boss, like in a funny way, a friendly way, that you're the boss. You got it. You got our attention. You know what I mean? In terms of, but what do they need? So when I said when I said that they've got you and an Aquarian energy or Gemini, whoever, when I said that they've got your attention, what do they need? So you're trying to figure out what a Pisces element needs, whatever it is that they need. Let's find out what they need. The accomplishment energy has the what do you call that? Temperance energy here with this energy, the temperance energy, information about a Sagittarian energy. So they may need information about a Sagittarius energy. They need information about a Sagittarian, but where do they live? So the Pisces wants you to do research. The Pisces wants you to do research with an Aquarian energy to find out where a Sagittarius energy is. Yes, that could be a possibility, or where they live, or where they work, or what they do during the day also. So the Pisces may want that information on what a Sagittarian energy does during the day. But why do they need to know that? So why does a Pisces need to know what a Sagittarian energy does during the day? But they're working. So the Sagittarian energy is working. That could be what you're relaying. That could be the research that you did with an Aquarian energy, but someone's schedule when I said that. So the research that you're doing, that the Pisces asks you to do with an Aquarian, the research that the two of you, or however many, three of you are doing, is to get a Sagittarius energy schedule, but it's needed. So their schedule is needed for some reason. Like, their schedule is needed, but the reason for why, it's bringing me back to an oblivious Aries element. So something is extreme about an Aries element being oblivious what's happening to their partner. So they're oblivious because the Sagittarius energy could be their business partner, their lover, their whatever, however you want to look at partner. The Sagittarius energy is also the Aries element's partner, and something's going on with needing the Sagittarian energies, their schedule. But I also get account information. So someone also wants a Sagittarius energy's account information. Do they want the Aries element's account information? The Pisces has that. So the Pisces has an Aries elements, or Gemini, or whoever. They very little, when I said Gemini, so very little does a Gemini energy know, or very little access that they have to an Aries elements account, or it's a shared account that Aries has with a Gemini, but don't really want to do that with them either. The Aries element has that kind of situation going on in the Pisces, and the Pisces full-blown information. The Pisces has full-blown information to the Aries, how the Aries spends. So the Pisces has full-blown information to how the Aries spends money, but bank statements, because they have copies of the Aries elements bank statements. You may need that for your own reference. You may be talking to a Pisces and you're asking a Pisces, can I have a few copies of these for my own reference? Can I have copies of these for my own reference? It just depends on what's going on. If it's not that, then something's going on with the Sagittarian energies schedule, like their business schedule, their bank statements, their account information. But I need that. So you need that information, or you in an Aquarian energy were hooked up by a Pisces to get that information and relay that information back to a Pisces. But at the same time, you want copies for your own reference. But at the same time, you may not understand why a Pisces needs that. But they're conducting their own private investigation. That's why they need it. So they're conducting their own private investigation. That's why they need it. And you're trying to get out whatever you can out of them doing that. You're trying to get whatever you can out of that. But are they going to give it to me? So you're trying to understand if the Pisces is going to even feel comfortable enough to give you that. That's why if it's not only temperance, it's the patience that you need with a Sag. It's to give you what you need, and for the Pisces element to tell you why they need something. It's for the Pisces element to tell you why they need something. Why they need something. So either you know so either you know why the Pisces needs that information. Either you know why or you don't know why, or now you're finding out why. It's for a private investigation. It's for a private investigation. They may have been giving you very little information, or they may have been whatever. They may have been giving you tidbits or throwing you little small stones for you of information, but they weren't trying to give you that. But now I keep getting private investigation. It's for a private investigation. Like they may not have outwardly told you that that's what it's for, but that's what it's for. That's what it's for. The spiritual self has the Eight of Cups, Aries. The Eight of Cups energy is the Aries or the Sag or the Leo. You are a Leo, so you could be dealing with another Leo that's extracted. So you could be dealing with another Leo, but they're extracted. They're extracted out of this business deal. They're extracted out of this business deal. They're extracted out of a company. They're extracted. The family environment, they're just extracted, but annoyed by Aries. So an external Leo is annoyed by Aries. So that's why they're extracted, male or female. That's why they're extracted. That's why they're extracted. The Eight of Cups energy, we can't deal. So the Eight of Cups is like, I can't deal. Like you can't deal with the situation. Business deal. You can't deal with the gambling Aries. You can't deal. Obsessive Pisces also. Something may be obsessive with a Pisces, with something that's obsessive. So but not getting any sleep. So you're observing that the Pisces energy may not be getting any sleep. For whatever reason, they're not getting any research. They're not the Page of Swords is right above the Six of Cups. The Pisces energy may not be getting. They're doing extensive research. They're trying to conduct extensive research. They're trying to hook you and Aquarian energy up to get somebody's schedule. They need that. They need the Sagittarius energies. They need the work schedule. They need the bank statements. They need that and a third attached to their file. They need that information attached to their file. But they're not. If they don't have that information by a certain time, if they don't have that information attached to their file by a certain time, they're not going to get any sleep. Nine of Swords, if it was here, they're not going to get any sleep, but why are they doing that kind of work then? So why are they doing that kind of work and they're not getting any sleep? Why are they conducting their own private investigations? Where do they even get the money from to do that? So where do they even get the money to do that? To an Aries, where they even get the money to do that, to hook up the Aquarian energy, to find someone to do that, and to pay them and break up the funds that way. That's where money's going. They're breaking up the funds to do random private investigations and stalking and whatever situation is there, or to get, if it's not anything extreme, then it's just a heavy need to get bank statements. It's just a heavy need to get somebody's bank statements. That could be why the Pisces isn't getting any sleep. You know what I mean? That could be why they're not getting any sleep, because they hungrily need somebody's schedule. They hungrily need somebody's bank statements and account information to get into it. So they need somebody's bank statements and account information to get into the account, and they may want to extract what they want from the account, but I don't want them to do that. So that could be why the Eight of Cups energy is in the spiritual self, because that could be that. You deep down inside, you're following the Pisces needs, but you may not want them to do that. You may not want them to do that. It just depends on what's going on. The mentality has the sun, sign of Leo. I did say another Leo, or it's just a health card, but I feel stress. So when I said health card, is I feel stress. The research. The Pisces needing the Pisces needing the information, the Aries element, the private investigations, the accounts, the money, the where the money's going, the headache. When I ran through all that, the headache. When I ran through, it's just the headache. The headache of dealing with all this stuff, but I need to leave. So that's why I said I need to leave. That's why the Eight of Cups energy is your spiritual self, because you need rest. You feel like you don't have it, a business. You feel like you don't have it because of a business, or the way a business runs, or the needs of certain coworkers and business partners in a business. Their needs is what's causing you to not get any sleep. Is what's causing the Pisces to not get any sleep. But you don't understand why the Pisces putting themselves, giving that much. You don't understand why the Pisces is giving themselves that much stress, because they're not getting any sleep. But I get something about coffee also. So something may be going on with coffee, or drinking it, needing it, where one of these elements needs it, or they drink it too much, or something may be going on counteracting with the amount of caffeine that someone is drinking. I don't know. Someone's really interested. Someone's going on with coffee, or needing it. It just depends on what's going on, or whatever. Gemini needs it, with an Aries. Or Aries needs it, or they don't need it, or they're acting foolish, or whatever. Sagittarian energy. Someone's going on with their information, their schedules, not giving it up. So they're not going to try to give up that information to you in that way, or a Pisces. It just depends on what's going on. Someone's tricks are like with that, when I just said that as well. Okay. Five of Swords energy is what's changing. It's air sign energy as well, but what they're involved in. So the Five of Swords is you finding out what the air signs are involved in. Like I said, you may not, for some reason, to an extent, or the Five of Swords is what they're involved in. So either you're fully aware of the extent of what some type of work that someone's doing. Either you're fully aware, but very little. You're aware of it, but very little. Like, you don't have all the information, but now you have all the information what an Aquarian is doing. So now you have all the information on what an Aquarian energy is doing, what they're doing. So for some, at one point, like, this is like, okay, I see what's going on here. That's why the Temperance is right next to the Six of Cups with the Pisces, because you were asked to do something specific with an Aquarian energy, with the research and things of that nature. But you yourself, this is like, you yourself may not have been given all the details into why you're doing something with an Aquarian or a Gemini. Yeah, you yourself may not have been given all that information, but now you know something's going on. Like, now you know more, or now you know why something. Now you know why someone is in some type of business, but I didn't know. I keep getting I didn't know. So someone's going with not knowing. This is like, I'll give you a perfect example. If you're in the workplace, your Pisces is asking you, can you go with the Aquarian energy upstairs to the office and open the drawer and take out that file? That could have been, and look for their August 15th statement. Like, go in the drawer and look for that with the Aquarian, or ask the Aquarian energy for that. But they're not giving you all the details into why they need that. They're not giving you the details into why they need that. Like, they either you're finding out that they need for their own benefit. You're finding out that they need it for their own benefit, or they need it for a private investigation. And one of those two things they're not telling. Somebody's just in the workplace. Someone is just telling you, go in that drawer and take out that bank statement there, or take out that return right there. But all they're asking you to do is take it out and give it to them. But they're not telling you why they need it. But now you know why they need it. Now, private investigations. Now you know they need it for private investigations, but they're not outwardly telling you that that's what they need it for. Or it's so that they can use it, find a way to use it for their own self. I keep getting Pisces. They're just trying to find a way to use it for their own self. And the Pisces element is doing that. That's what they're doing. That's why that Five of Swords energy is there. All right. That's why they're there. But I feel betrayed. So the Five of Swords is what's changing you. I feel betrayed. This could be happening too. So someone could literally be asking you, go in the drawer and take out. Can you give me a copy of your birth certificate? Can you give me a copy of your 2019 tax return? Can you give me copies of this? But they're not even telling you. They're not even telling you why they need it. You're like, what's going on here? The Eight of Cups right next to the Five of Swords. But try to be rid of. So the Five of Swords with the Eight of Cups, someone tried to be rid of you. So I know it sounds crazy, but someone tried to be rid of you. Did someone try to be rid of the Aquarian? Did someone try to be rid of the Aries element in that way? Whatever they safeguard their information. So the Aries element safeguards their information. So that can't happen to them. For some reason, that can't happen to them, or it's happening to a Gemini, or whatever for years. That may have been what's happening to a Gemini energy for years, and they don't know that. But now you know why now you know what the extent. Now you know the extent of something, or it's happening. It could be happening, but it could be happening to you by a Pisces element, or you're on the outside looking into the Pisces element is asking you this for a Sagittarius energy, but they're not giving you the details. But now you know the details. It just depends on what's going on. Jeez. The resolution has the Page of Pentacles energy, the younger Earth sign energy going towards the Seven of Cups. You know what I mean? Younger Earth sign, but she's liked. So the Page of Pentacles energy is liked. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The younger elements that they're liked. You're saying that they're liked. Something's going on with them being liked. Or you like them, like you may, but want to take them out. So you may want to take out this person or one of them, or you want to hang out with them, but be near. You may want to be near them, but Pisces doesn't want. So the Pisces may not want you to be near this person for some reason, but they're younger than you, or they're in the same age group as you, but has an older mind. Like they're in the same age group as you, but they have an older mind. Like they have wisdom, like their old soul or something. You know what I mean? And the Pisces doesn't want you to be near them for some reason or be with them, but they're jealous of. So the Pisces may be jealous of the Page of Pentacles energy. The Pisces is jealous of the Page of Pentacles energy. That could be why. That could be why also. But knows what's going on somewhere. So the Page of Pentacles energy, they know what's going on somewhere. Or workplace secrecy. They know about workplace secrecy. This element could be a coworker that sees everything. This element is just a coworker that they know everything, they see everything, they watch everything, or they're just intuitive, period. But that's what's scary. So they're just intuitive, period, but that's what's scary. Like that could be what's scary to you for some reason. But they know about what happens inside of an office. They know about what happens inside of an office. This could be a situation here where this energy may be really extracted from something. This energy on purpose that people extract them, they can be really extracted from something, but something isn't working about the fact. Something may not be working into the fact of the matter is that they're extracted, but still knows what's going on. So they're extracted, but they still know what's going on somewhere, or they know they have fine details of how a workplace runs. They know fine details of how a workplace runs. Or how people are trying to get, or the reasons into why people need, but her husband's also. So why people need this energy's husband, their partner, husband, their girl, they could be bi, lesbian, gay, whatever the situation. Why they need this energy's partner's information, and the Sagittarian energy could be their partner. But now they know what the work. Now they know what their workplace is doing with their information, right? Because of a Pisces. They know what people are doing with their information inside of a workplace because of a Pisces. It's because of a Pisces element, or someone's going on with their partner and being stolen from. Someone's going on with their partner, and their partner is being stolen from. Their partner is being stolen from because of a Pisces, because of an Aries, because of whoever, their business partner, their lover, whoever, their sibling being stolen from, their siblings being stolen from. But that this energy could be your sibling. If you don't work with them in the workplace, this energy is your sibling. Whatever, they are your sibling, or they are your family member. That something may be going on with them, their partner. They could also be your family member, but something's going on with their partner. Something's going on with their partner. The Aries element could be their partner, or their sibling, or the coworker, their business partner. The Sagittarius is their partner, their husband. The Sagittarius energy is their husband, their partner of some kind, their business partner. And something's going on with their partner's information, or theirs. Or you use their information for a long time. You've been using their information for a long time. A Pisces you may have hooked up to conceal that, or a Pisces also uses their information for their own benefit, or their partner's information for their own benefit. Whatever it is, but some part of that you may not have known, like the deep private investigation part that a Pisces is doing, the deep private investigation part that the Pisces is doing, you may not have known. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on here. Leo, the outcome. Well, they know what's happening with a Gemini and an Aries. 2, 3. And something maybe interesting about that to you, that the Seven of Cups after them, they're in the resolution, but the Seven of Cups needing to have a conversation with them. So you need to have a conversation with them. For some reason you feel the need to have a conversation with them, but scared to be around them. So you may be scared to be around them also. You want to be near them, but you're scared to talk to. You're just scared to talk to them for some reason. The success card is the success, or the health card is right near, they're right near them with the Page of Swords. So something may be going on with their health that you're looking into. Something to be going on with their health that you're looking into, or you about your own. So you just need to talk to them. That's why the Seven of Cups is there. You just need to talk to them about doing research on your own health, or something's going on neurologically. Something's going on with your head. I was getting headaches. Something's going on with your head or their head, or something's going on physically with them, or you physically. Or you have headaches, but not sharing that with people. So something may be going on with you physically, but you're not sharing that with people, or something is going on with them physically, but they're not sharing it with people. They may not be sharing that with people. Whatever's going on with them physically, it doesn't have to be headaches. It could be anything physically, or they with the sun. If it's not only health, that they're just successful. If it's not only health, that they're just successful. You may be just doing research on the reason into how they're successful, or something's going on with their success, but I want to be a part of. So something's going on with their success, but you want to be a part of it. Pisces doesn't want you to be. So a Pisces does not want you to be. Like, I don't understand why the Pisces has so much control over you. I don't know why. I don't know how or why, but break away from. So you need to break away from the Pisces. This could be a situation here where you may want to be successful with the Page of Pentacles, but Pisces block. But the Pisces is a block. Pisces may block themselves from being with that person. Why? Why are they that way with that person? But someone's going on where your intuition is like you could be successful with them, but some of the Pisces needs. But Pisces always has needs. That's why the Temperance is right next to the Six of Cups energy. The Five of Swords energy is what stop betraying siblings, stop betraying coworkers, stop betraying business partner. Aries acts. So Aries asks you to stop betraying a business partner. And the reason for the betraying a business partner, the reason for it could be the Aries that's a business partner you're betraying, but the reason for the betrayal with a business partner is because of a Pisces needs, is because of a Pisces or an Aquarian energy needs. But what they're asking for is because of what they're asking for. That's why you feel you can't pay attention to this person, but they know something. So you feel you can't pay attention to them, but they know something that you need to hear. But but people keep having you caught up in foolishness. People keep having you caught up in foolishness. You need to hear them out. You need to hear them out. Another Seven of Cups. Let me do another outcome. The Ten of Swords energy is in the workplace. The Ten of Swords energy is heavy betrayal with a workplace. Something's going on with work. Something's interesting going on in a workplace with a coworker, with a coworker's partner's information. That's crazy. With a coworker's information, with yours, Aries, Pisces, Aquarian. Private investigations, bank statements, needing copies of people's bank statements for whatever reason, but you're only being given a little bit of that information. That there's a heavy betrayal going on in people's information. There's heavy betrayal going on in a workplace because of people's information, or you're finding out how people's information or their partner's information is being used, or what somebody's doing with money, bank money, or what people are doing with what people are doing because they lost money. So how you're finding out how a coworker is trying to get back their money. It's the Aries element, or it's a family environment where family shares money, and this is what's happening. You know, workplace, business deal. People steal when I said that. So people steal, or people are stealing. Ten of Swords and the outcome. That's why you want to leave. Or that's why an external Leo is extracted. So if it's the mentality, it could also be an external Leo finding out where they went. So the Page of Swords could also be trying to figure out where a external Leo went, but they extracted themselves, but they really disappeared from a situation because they don't like what they see. They may not like what they see somewhere. Something that's happening that they see and observe, and they're gone for some reason. All right, like Ten of Swords, or that could be you may be pulling that kind of move on people. you know Two of Swords energy, but should I leave still? The Two of Swords is, should I leave? Should I leave? Something's really interesting going on here, and you're like, should I leave? Should I leave this house? Should I leave this business deal? Should I leave? I got annoying family members also. Should I leave annoying family members? Or you're supposed to receive cuts of money and you're not receiving it. Or you ask someone to send out money to a specific place and it's not getting there. Libra also got that kind of energy in their readings. Money being sent out and it's not reaching at the right destination. The money isn't reaching the right destination. You're finding out why it's not reaching the destination, right? Because of the Aries. It's not reaching the destination because of the Aries, or what the Aries did with money. Or you're finding out what they're doing with the money. You're like, are they going to get called to police upon? But the Pisces and the Aquarian are taking up, and you, but are they using you? But they're using you, but they're not giving you all the details about private investigations, or something's going on with somebody's partner, and needing their schedules and things of that nature, so they can find out what they're doing during the day. Just so they can find out what someone is doing during the day. What somebody's doing during the day. It just depends on what's going on. For whatever reason, they need to know that. For whatever reason, you need to know that. A Pisces needs to, for whatever reason, somebody needs to know that. And it could have something to do. It could have something to do with helping the Page of Pentacles energy. It could have something to do with them, okay, or yourself, whatever. All right, Leo, be well. Let me know how it resonates. Be well. Take care. Bye.